Hi, and good morning. This is Taking the Interview to 11 with Marty and Megan. Hey, Marty.
Hey, Megan.
This morning, what we're going to do is go through three questions. One question that is asked by employers all the time that we've gotten three different answers to that we think are pretty inappropriate, but frequently said. So that's why we're showing them, as well as two others. So we're going to go through, show you what is often said, and show you what the hiring authority actually hears. Well, good morning, Marty. Thank you for showing up for the interview.
My pleasure.
I see on your resume that you left your former employer. Why was that?
Megan, I worked for them for almost 8 years. And as time went by, I could just see they were becoming more and more unethical. And it just wasn't conducive with my own personal beliefs. I felt it was time to walk away.
This is what the hiring authority hears.
I am just as shady as they are. They're as unethical as they come. I could put up with it if I was going to make some money. But do you know that man turned me down for a raise? I'm gone.
Now, there's a second answer to this same question. Well, hello, Marty. Thank you for coming for the interview. I see on your resume that you left your former employer. Why was that?
I just had a really hard time getting along with my supervisor. She was very much so a micromanager, and I like to work a bit more autonomously.
What the hiring authority hears.
I wasn't popular in high school. I'm not popular at work. I don't like people telling me what to do. I know how to do my job.
And the third response to that very same question. Marty, why did you leave your former employer?
They were just requiring us to work too many hours. Now, I'm not afraid of a hard day's work, but they were asking us to work 10, sometimes 20 hours of overtime every single week, consistently, 7 days a week.
And what the hiring authority hears.
I need a good hour once I walk in the door after I get my coffee. It's always nice to take a nice little nap at lunchtime. And there's nothing you can do in 60 hours that you can't do in 30. Come on.
The second question that is very frequently asked in an interview. So, Marty, tell me about yourself.
Well, after I was born on the farm, my mom used to tell stories about how the roosters would sing me awake in the morning. Well, we had cows and chickens. Oh, and I remember the very first time I saw a cow get milked. Then my mom had to teach me all kinds of weird things. Then it turned out I was allergic to hay, which meant that I had to go to school at the next town over. They didn't have as much hay. And I met this guy named Tucker, which turns out Tucker and my mom dated when they were in high school.
Thank you. That's nice. Now, what the hiring authority hears.
She's crazy. Next.
And here's the last question that is always asked in an interview, particularly a second interview. Well, Marty, thank you so much. We've had a great discussion here today. What are your salary requirements for this position?
Well, Megan, you've seen my resume. You've had a conversation with me. I think we both know I'm worth $1 million.
Now, what the hiring authority hears.
Oh, yeah, she's nuts. Next.
Well, listen, we have given some exaggeration to the answers, but actually, we have heard these given. And sometimes you think you're being honest, you think that you're being self-confident, you think that you're being, kind of funny and making light of a situation. But just as we showed you, that's what the hiring authority thinks of your answers. What we do is help you with those answers. We know how to prepare you for those questions. We have really good answers to help you give and perform the way you should in an interview so that the hiring authority hears a really great candidate. Look, there are lots of 10s out there. We want to help you take your interview to 11.
So come and join us at thecnmgroup.com and get your first initial free 15-minute consultation, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel at Take the Interview to 11 with Marty and Megan. Don't forget to join us, thecnmgroup.com.